Thanks for tuning in to this edition of Positively Montana. I'm Hallie Schwinnard. Each week we travel the state looking for stories and people that inspire. Neighbors helping others and doing good in our communities. Let's begin with a farm to food bank effort. The producer partnership is bringing ranchers and producers together to provide fresh, locally raised meat to families that need it most.
Dozens of boxes of freshly processed ground pork made their way into the Choteau County Food Bank Thursday morning, a delivery that will equate to nearly 6,500 meals for local families.
There's just been an influx of people needing more food at the moment. It's substantially gone up the request last week.
The meat was donated by the Twin Hills Colony in Carter. More than 1,600 pounds of pork were processed at the Producer Partnerships facility in Livingston, a nonprofit that turns donated livestock into meals for Montanans in need.
The colony calls us up and we pick up their pigs, and then most producers, what we do is we allow them, when they donate animals, to choose where they want it to go, and Twin Hills wanted it to stay local, so we're bringing it in here today.
President and founder Matt Pearson says donations like this one are vital as more Montana families turn to food banks for support.
Now the need is probably bigger than we've seen it in quite some time, and I think it's really important to be able to connect, producers back to their own communities so that it's much more of local people helping their own.
The Choteau County Food Bank feeds more than 100 families and has seen that number grow steadily throughout the year.
It'll substantially help our food bank recipients within our facility who come in.
But the impact doesn't stop there. The donation will also help stock shelves at the food banks in Highwood, Carter, and Big Sandy, keeping locally raised protein in local communities. In Choteau County, Anissa Coomer, MTN News.
In the tiny town of Saco, a family-run grocery store has become famous for something it does better than anyone else in the state. Their bacon isn't just a local legend, it's award-winning, with flavors drawing fans from all across the state.
A lot of places in Montana say they have the best bacon in the state, but Saco Pay and Save bolsters its case with trophies and sales to prove it.
In tiny Saco, Montana, on the High Line, you'll find a grocery store that's made a meaty name for itself.
So the Saco Pay and Save is just a small town grocery store. We have a lot of your normal grocery store fare, but we also have a very robust meat market.
That meat market is what brings in people from all across the country.
A lot of our customers, just traveling along the High Line, going from east to west, stop in here and grab some bacon, or they grab some snack sticks, and next thing you know, their family members want it, so the next time they come up they want to get some bacon too. So I've had calls from all over the country asking if we ship. Unfortunately we don't.
Just ask Ken Taylor of Glasgow. On this day he was perusing the meats which had mostly been picked over.
Would you say that the meat here and the bacon is the best in the state?
Yeah, I would say that. If it's open and we're passing through, we usually stop by.
Yeah. Why?
The meat is very good. We love the different varieties of bacon and their snack sticks.
Snodgrass purchased the business in the spring along with two business partners. He says what sets them apart is variety, enough to make any carnivore bacon for more.
I think with the bacon right now we have roughly 25 flavors. We have spicy bacon, we have sweet bacon, we have sour bacon, we have all kinds of these different flavors, and people seem to gravitate towards that.
The walls are full of awards from the Montana Meat Processors Association, and that's created a loyal customer base that's ready to meet expectations.
People coming in with coolers, people coming in with boxes.
As a new owner, Snodgrass says he's proud of what the community has built and plans to keep it that way.
Everywhere I go, if somebody finds out that I'm from Saco, Montana, they ask me, do you know about the Saco bacon? Everybody comes in and they say, are you going to change anything? And it's like, well, there are some things that we would like to change, but we will not be changing the recipes and we will not be changing the bacon.
Every slice tells a story, and in Saco, that story is well done. Tom Wiley, MTN News.
A Yellowstone County woman is using her business to help give back and feed the community, one sweet treat at a time. She's donating a portion of her November cupcake proceeds to a Billings food bank.
It's hard to believe that Jean Larson has only been icing cupcakes for 6 months.
It has just taken off like crazy.
She owns the Frosted Garden, a small cupcake business she started in her own kitchen.
I like my comfy, cozy kitchen. My husband built me a really nice kitchen, so right now it's working here.
As sweet as these cupcakes taste, Jean says the act of giving is even sweeter.
I'm blessed. I'm going to pay it forward, so.
It's why she's donating a portion of her November proceeds to a Billings food bank, because every family deserves the sweetest holiday season.
So I just like giving back. I know that people are really suffering right now and trying to find a way to feed their families.
We're going with the worst case scenario and hoping for the best.
One 6-pack of Jean's cupcakes is $20. If she were to donate that to a food bank, she could help provide 80 meals to families in need.
If I were to go to the grocery store and buy a case of soup, as an individual, it's going to be one price. If I go and I'm buying a truckload of that same soup, it's going to be significantly less.
Gail Carlson, the CEO and president of the Montana Food Bank Network, says right now about 77,000 Montanans receive SNAP benefits, but she says it's uncertain when and how those benefits will go out.
We're hearing anything from before the end of this week to before the end of the month. So we're just making sure that they're okay now and being able to accept food over the next couple of weeks as more product comes into us.
But for the month of November, Gail and Jean remain optimistic about the community's ability to give back in these uncertain times.
We're watching out for our neighbors. Montanans are incredibly generous.
I know people have helped us, so it's time to give back if you can.
In Yellowstone County, Matt Carmack, MTN News.
Every day, there are fewer of our World War II veterans left, an estimated 40,000 of the 16 million who once served. It's so great to celebrate them while we still can, and that was the case in Billings, as one veteran recently turned 102 years old. Happy birthday, dear Joe.
It was a modest celebration for over a century of life and service.
We never realized we'd be celebrating his birthday this long.
Joe Huckey celebrated his 102nd birthday Friday afternoon, surrounded by family, friends, caregivers, and plenty of love.
He was born November 7th, 1923.
I remember skiing from an early age. We got to ski whether we wanted to or not.
But more than just another major milestone, it was a celebration of service for the World War II veteran and POW. His 4 children, Douglas, Carol, Lynn, and Jennifer, tell these stories well.
He enlisted in the Army, I believe in 1942.
He trained as a bomber pilot and was shipped overseas flying advanced aircrafts until 1945.
His group supported the ground effort in the Battle of the Bulge. Mid-January 1945, they were doing ground attack missions, but they were surprised by a large number of German fighters.
He was captured and then held in a prisoner of war camp in Heppenheim, Germany. Spent 3 months in terrible conditions before being liberated.
So one of his legs is shorter than the other, but that didn't slow him down. He just always went for it.
He managed to be a successful businessman and a wonderful father.
A resiliency that still shows, even at 102.
He still is sharp, but he can't always communicate as well as he would like to.
But it's clear in his emotions just what his family means to him. Now with 4 grandchildren and 5 great-grandchildren, he's showing the importance of keeping the past alive.
He's made a lot of loving relationships.
A life full of hardships, but for Joe, many more cherished moments. A worthy cause to celebrate.
Everybody really loves him, so he's pretty special to everybody in the family.
People are interested. We'll keep helping Joe tell his story.
In Billings, Isabel Sparts, MTN News.
A Billings baby is a quarter-finalist in the National Baby of the Year competition, a competition that raises money that will go towards diapers and other children's necessities.
9-month-old Olive Joy Smith is a quarterfinalist for Baby of the Year.
She is just smiley and content and happy and fun.
She's a twin to baby Ezra.
And really, she's been the easy baby. She slept through the night since she was 6 weeks old.
And according to her mother, Brianna Smith, Olive was diagnosed with Down syndrome and a heart defect before birth.
Our community really supported us when we found out and that she had a heart defect and that she was going to be born with Down syndrome. Just praying over her and for her brother, and just brought a huge joy to our lives.
When the Smith family entered Olive into the National Baby of the Year competition, they had no idea little Olive would make it this far.
It was a little bit of a roller coaster going, 8th, 7th, 5th, 1, 2, and just going all around.
However, the competition goes deeper than competing. It also helps raise money for nonprofit Baby to Baby, which distributes diapers and children's necessities across the United States.
Diapers are in great need in Billings. According to local nonprofit Family Promise, approximately 1,500 families rely on their services for diapers every year.
Inflation is going up, things are more expensive, and then to add that necessity for babies is causing some strife in parents' brains right now as they're thinking of how we're going to make this all work.
Executive Director Felicia Berg says making it work and making it easy is what they're all about.
It is a mobile diaper bank, so you stay in your car, you pull up.
And because, well, every baby is beautiful, no contest is needed to get these diapers. All you have to do is show up to their South 26th Street address Monday.
You don't have to bring anything with you. You do need to know the baby size of diapers. And then you can ask for other things that you may need. If you need formula, if you need wipes, ask. If we get it donated from the community, we will give it out to you.
In Billings, Vanessa Willardson, MTN News.
Still to come on this edition of Positively Montana, detention officers going above and beyond the call of duty to make sure kids have gifts this holiday season. That story when we come back.
More stories from the heart of the Treasure State are on the way when Positively Montana continues after this.
Welcome back to Positively Montana. When money is tight, it can be difficult for some families looking to give their kids the Christmas they deserve. There's a group of Cascade County detention officers who are going beyond the badge to ensure happy holidays.
So we get more word out.
At well over 6 feet tall, Corporal Andy Anderson is an imposing figure. But this time of year, the Cascade County detention officer becomes Santa's favorite correctional officer.
We go to the community schools throughout Cascade County. We ask the counselors there who really know who is in need, who needs help during the Christmas season.
Anderson and his fellow officers on their own time get wish lists and sell $10 discount cards and hold fundraisers at local businesses.
We take all of that money that we have received, we go and purchase the gifts for the kids. We actually all get together as detention officers, actually go out and shop, and then we get together and we gift wrap, and then we actually deliver them to the families right before Christmas.
The program, launched by Detention Officer Corporal Brandy Monks, began during COVID and is similar to Shop with a Cop. And while it's relatively new, it's quickly making an impact.
The first year that I did it, we did like 14 kids. Last year, we did 22 kids.
Anderson says while the program is centered around the holiday season, he'd like to see it expanded year-round.
So if we got into the summertime or something like that and we came across a mom that was talking to the local school saying that she needed a stroller or a car seat or something like that for a new kid, we may be able to pitch in because we've raised enough money to go forward into the rest of the year.
Upcoming events and success stories can be found on the group's Facebook page. Anderson says he's always been about giving back to the community, and for him, the program hits close to home.
I came from a family where it was pinching pennies and struggling. I watched my grandma, work as hard as she can, and the biggest glory she could have is she could buy a lotto ticket, but she was always willing to give back to us.
Santa's favorite correctional officers are making a difference beyond the badge. In Great Falls, Tim McGonigal, MTN News.
To make sure no kids go coatless this winter, the Hellgate Elks Lodge teamed up with Missoula County Public Schools. After the Elks gathered and donated all sorts of winter necessities, counselors came to shop for their students.
With a cold winter expected, having a good coat can be a lifesaver, especially walking to school or at recess, or just any day you need it. That's why the Hellgate Elks donated $14,000 worth of winter items to MCPS.
Coats, boots, mittens, socks, everything that we think they might need.
From Seeley Lake to the Rattlesnake, more than 9,000 students attend Missoula County Public Schools. Yet some families may struggle to layer up during the winter.
I have a lot of asks for shoes to replace shoes that have holes in them, coats, sweatshirts, sweatpants, a lot of like that kind of warm resources. All of those thoughts of survival and not quite fitting in take up space from learning and educating and growing.
Courtesy of Missoula's Elks Lodge, kids will soon get the gift of winter clothes free of charge.
We work with Missoula County Public Schools. They identify individuals that maybe are not getting their needs met.
On Wednesday, counselors from schools across the district came to fill boxes for their students.
I think to be able to get something that you had that is new for you and that is warm and is clean is huge. It speaks volumes to be able to support families.
In fact, over the past 4 years, the Elks Warmth for Winter Kids Clothing Drive has donated over $38,000 in warm attire to students.
I grew up not so well-to-do and probably wore some things that weren't so great up in Havre, Montana when it was 40, 50 below. And so I know that these kind of things can make a real difference to people.
Being able to provide for the children, in turn, fills the cups of both Elks members and school staff alike.
It's always a great feeling when you can give back.
To support them wholeheartedly feels really great.
In Missoula, Emily Brown, MTN News.
Still to come on this edition of Positively Montana, using football for more than just fun. Hear how it's raising money for a good cause when we come back. Welcome back to Positively Montana. Football turned into a game day with a purpose as Seahawks fans in Billings gathered to give back. A local nonprofit, the Montana Seahawkers, is raising money for family service with a Battle of the Birds watch party.
You would think you're at Lumen Field cheering on the Seahawks. That's not the case here. The Montana Seahawkers turned the red door to blue and green.
It's so great. They're a great group, support a great cause, and we're just super excited to be a part of it and have them.
Seahawkers president John Fanzoni grew up in the Emerald City and knew he wanted the fans to come together.
And just being able to come together as a family and find social interaction, find a passion for the same thing, and being able to have an impact outside of that, it's what it's about.
And now raising money for family service.
They're a staple in our community for obviously feeding and taking care of those in need. They're, as much as we want to give back to the community, they're a big part of that as well.
This frenzied fan base goes beyond the game of football and a friendly rivalry.
As much as we like to get together as Seahawks fans and celebrate and just love and support our team, it's all about community and giving back to your local community.
As SNAP benefits remain uncertain, Fanzoni says they're hoping to double the amount to family service this year.
Doing a silent auction. We've got 5 different items on there that we're looking to raise money with. With that alone, if everybody just bids on what's there, we're going to double at least what we gave last year, if not more.
We obviously have seen an increase in those in need, and we just keep helping them the best we can and serving them the best we can.
Kelsey Stark with Family Service says they're thankful for the community support and the 12s.
It's just great to know that the community is supporting us and has continued to support us and has come out of kind of the woodworks to help us even more. It's going to help us, provide food, rent and utility assistance, education assistance, especially in a time right now that it's just kind of all unknown of when things are going to, or if they're going to get better.
Fanzoni says that's what it's all about.
The more that we can give back and support Family Service, who has a reach and a community connection to be able to support those that are in need, this just gives them extra support to do so.
In Billings, Hannah Pettiferi, MTN News.
Small businesses along Montana's High Line now have access to new funding. It's designed to help revitalize downtown districts and ultimately attract more customers to local businesses.
A new business revitalization fund is here to help businesses financially in the Highline community. I went to Bear Paw Development Corporation to see how it works.
The total amount of the fund is $350,000 and is specifically meant for small businesses in downtown business districts to improve the look and feel of their business.
Bear Paw Development Corporation Executive Director Paul Tuss says they have been laying out the groundwork for the fund in the Highline community for quite some time.
We're excited about it. We've been talking to entrepreneurs for years and in some cases decades about the financing that they need to improve their businesses and really to improve and in some cases revitalize downtown business districts, not just here in Havre but throughout the Highline in our 5-county region.
Tuss explains what businesses can do through the fund.
This is specifically designed for things like facade development, building renovations, sidewalks, period lighting, those type of things, to really positively impact the look and feel of your business district.
Beaver Creek Park owner Brian James says it's more than money, it's momentum.
We're right in downtown Havre, and there are quite a few things to our building and right around the block that we'd like to do that we can't really afford to with just normal cash flow quickly. And so this will help us accelerate our ability to revitalize downtown Havre.
He adds that a fresh look will not only bring in more customers, but more money for the community.
I think any business, especially ours, a small retail business, especially a restaurant, the nicer your facility is, the more it attracts people, and that helps with economic generation in general.
James hopes more businesses will take advantage of the opportunity.
There are a lot of businesses that this will fit, some that it might not. Any that it will fit, I think they should look into it and see if they can use this opportunity to help revitalize our community and grow economic growth.
Bear Paw Development Corporation says loans from the fund will be between $1,000 and $15,000. In addition, they will require a dollar-for-dollar match, and the loans will not go beyond 5 years in length. Nonprofits can apply as well. In Havre, Justin Robichaux, MTN News.
We hope you enjoyed this week's edition of Positively Montana. I'm Hallie Schwinnard, and we'll see you right back here next week.